雷达回谱图上会移动有颜色的地方，就是会下雨的地方。我们可以看到，今天其实雷达回波显示，云的部分从西边往东边一波一波移入台湾地区，各地都出现短暂阵雨或雷雨。最大的雨势出现在屏东的春日，到今天下午2点，已经有108毫米的累积雨量。而有些地方也出现了短时比较强的降雨，在高雄市雨量有超过50毫米。我们预期随着时间越来越晚，移入的对流回波强度也会越来越强，各地的降雨也会越来越明显。根据我们未来24小时，也就是今天下午2点到明天下午2点，24小时的累积雨量，最大出现累积雨量的地方应该是在南投以南的山区，我们预期有机会来到350毫米到450毫米。平地的部分在嘉义以南也有机会出现200到350毫米之间的累积降雨。其他的地方虽然不是西南风的迎风面，但是受到滞留锋面上面一些云带的影响，各地也都还是会有100到200毫米的累积雨量，其实也相当于大雨或豪雨的等级，请大家要特别留意。这一波强降雨呢，和滞留锋面影响台湾非常有关系，但是因为锋面移动的速度相当的缓慢哦，今天来到台湾上空，明天也还是在台湾的上空，所以大雨的条件会持续哦，一直要到礼拜6的时候，这个锋面会稍微的往南移动一点点，因此北部地区的降雨在礼拜6有机会缓和，可是中部、南部大雨豪雨的状况持续，一直要到礼拜天，锋面在更往南，甚至进入巴士海峡之后，降雨才会稍微缓和下来。气象局因应这一次强降雨可能造成的灾害，预报作业上已经进入大规模豪雨的强化预报作业。接下来我们逐3个小时会提供定量降水预报以及更新县市雨量的预报值，所以请大家在未来这一段时间要留意我们气象局发布的最新资讯以及特报资讯。以上是这个大豪雨的事件的说明。
It is also critical that Taiwan participate as an observer at the WHA. The health of 23 million Taiwanese people should never be sacrificed to send a political message. Director General Tedros, fellow ministers, COVID-19 has tragically taken hundreds of thousands of lives, impacted millions of people, and done deep damage to the world economy. We must be frank about one of the primary reasons this outbreak spun out of control. There was a failure by this organization to obtain the information that the world needed, and that failure cost many lives. WHO's operations must be transparent too, and we support an independent review of every aspect of WHO's response to the pandemic. We all must come together to ensure that WHO fulfills its key mandate and that member states comply with the international health regulations. In an apparent attempt to conceal this outbreak, at least one member state made a mockery of their transparency obligations, with tremendous cost for the entire world. We saw that WHO failed at its core mission of information sharing and transparency when member states do not act in good faith. This cannot ever happen again. The status quo is intolerable. WHO must change, and it must become far more transparent and far more accountable. It is also critical that Taiwan participate as an observer at the WHA to bring the helpful perspective regarding their effective and exemplary response. WHO barred Taiwan from participation in 2016, just a few months after Taiwan's free and fair elections. The health of 23 million Taiwanese people should never be sacrificed to send a political message. Although we are all focused on the immediate response, we need a more effective WHO right now to help win this fight and demonstrate to our citizens that we are working to prevent such catastrophes in the future.